Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, obviously, I'm not in my normal spot to make videos, no creeks, and for those of you that get so irritated at the walking in the gravel, I just don't understand. But you don't have to put up with that today. I mean, you need to kind of work on that, because if hearing crunching of walking on gravel is that painful and for you, then you're going to have a hard time when it all starts falling apart. Anyways, going on a little trip today, just a one-day thing, you know, a few hours away and then back. So I decided to plop down in the back seat so I can do some work, maybe get things caught up, that emails and stuff like that I don't ever get time to do. So anyways, a few things in the news. The big thing today, inflation came out, new numbers, and guess what? They've gone up. Surprise, shock, ooh. Inflation numbers have gone up. Well, here's the thing. Inflation has been up high, okay? High. Like, you know, Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson kind of high for the last few years, okay? That this garbage that inflation is 3% and 3.1%, that's what it is. It's garbage. It's bunk. I don't want to go into all the details of it, but the numbers are fake, and they're not even counting the things that are most important that people spend their money on. But anyways, they are admitting that inflation is going up, which indicates that, you know, we could see some stuff going on with the Fed, a few other things happening, but it basically means that the economy's worsening. So it's like they're starting to kind of admit that, well, it's not a good place, so buckle up and get ready for that. The transcripts of Biden, the interview with Biden that was done for that special investigation, that special counsel. Remember the one that the guy came out and said that even if Biden committed a crime, he's too old and senile to charge him with it, with the crime. So anyways, the transcripts were released, and sure enough, he couldn't remember his son that died, the year that he died. They couldn't remember specific dates in regards to the previous election. He couldn't remember all kinds of really important things. And then, according to the transcripts, over 100 times during the interview, he cursed at the guy doing the interviews, saying, "I don't GD know it." So anyways, if you have, you know, any faith and hope that Joe Biden still is the strong man capable of leading this country, you should probably go read that. Several other things going on that, you know, I don't know if it's even worth mentioning. There's several companies that are cutting back on their workforce continually. This has been happening now for months now, which is all indicative of a collapse. Stuff going on with NATO and China and Russia and all that. But the main thing that I wanted to get to today, because this wasn't just a news video, is, well, a repeat of what I've said quite a bit here lately. I believe that this is the year that we really need to push ourselves. I was talking to a couple of good friends yesterday, and one of them said, and I'm probably going to not get it exactly how he said it. I'll butcher it, but hopefully I'll get the point across. He said for the last few years, he said, we've all been talking. He's part of our physical local community, real world community. He said, you know, for the last few years, we've been doing all this stuff, talking, training, talking about, you know, preparedness and everything. He said, but I think this year it's time to move beyond the talking. Like he said, we've talked enough. Now is the time to really start taking action. And that's something that I really want to convey to all of you. And I'm not saying that you haven't taken action. I mean, you know, for instance, our home. Yeah, I mean, we grow food, we do things, we're constantly improving or changing or building or adding or stuff. So it's not like we're not doing anything. But I think most of us, especially since the pandemic, have had this almost continual conversation about how, well, the end is near. Well, what are we going to do when this happens? Well, we got to get ready for this. Well, I should be doing this. Well, we need to be doing this. The time for talk is over. The time to get yourselves more prepared. That's the time that I'm talking about. That's what we're in right now. That's the moment. that we're in. Now, I know some of you might interpret that as, meaning going out and, I don't know, doing a Minutemen thing and falling in line and armed and locked and loaded, ready to fight whatever's out there to fight. I'm certainly not opposed to, how to choose my words here on YouTube, I'm certainly not opposed to standing your ground and fighting for what you have, and for retaining some semblance of freedom and liberty. I'm not opposed to that. But the thing that I differ with so many people is that if you are not capable as an individual, as a family, as a community, as a team, whatever, if you are not capable of being self-sufficient, if you're not capable of providing your own food, your own medical care, all this kind of stuff, then how do you expect as a team, as a family, or whatever, as individuals, to go out and wage some kind of conflict against, possibly one of the most, or the most powerful and technologically advanced forces on the planet? Whether you want to consider that the U.S. military or just the United States police force. If you don't have your own supply chains, if you don't have your own, just supplies and medical setup and ability to grow food, if you think that you're going to go off and do this and not be self-sufficient, not be tethered, still be tethered to the system, it's going to fail really fast. I know that so many people, we look with, almost in awe to, our founding fathers that fought in the revolution and all this kind of stuff. Oh, we can do that. Yes. There's all this, 3%er, that kind of stuff. And I'm not knocking any of that. But you have to realize that those people that fought against the Redcoats, they were not dependent upon the Redcoats. That was the big thing. That's why they were fighting. They were like, why should we pay these taxes, not get any kind of government representation, and we don't need you to exist? Virtually every American, whether they want to admit it or not, needs the government or needs the system. The food supply, the water, the electricity, the fuel for your vehicles, all that kind of stuff. If you are not capable of being completely self-sufficient, if you're not capable, I thought it was a cop, but it's a Fed. It's worse than that. They're pulling up. Do you see that? They're pulling up next to me because I'm talking about them. Anyways, if you can't survive without the groceries and the food supply and the water and the electricity and the fuel for your vehicles and the medicine and so on and so forth, then how do you think that you're going to resist all of that and fight against it? Because they will use it as a tool, as a weapon to stop you. So as much as I consider myself an ardent patriot with the rest of you, when I think of Samuel Adams and Thomas Jefferson and Patrick Henry and that just goosebumps all over me. I get it. But as long as we have some type of dependency on the system as a whole, a revolution of resistance or whatever is never going to happen. They'll shut down look at what happened up in Canada. They shut down their bank accounts. They seized vehicles, those truckers. They'll do all that. They'll seize your home, your property, you won't be able to go anywhere, do anything. You don't have access to stuff. So as long as you need that to survive, any kind of resistance is going to be short-lived. And so that's why for years I have been telling you, you've got to become self-sufficient. Okay? If you truly see a very dark, cold, dark future ahead for us in America, and you see the possibility that there may be some level of resistance or some severe collapse, then the first thing you need to be doing is removing the tether between you and said system. You've got to cut the umbilical cord. And when you do that, then you can start, planning and seeing the possibility of some sort of resistance. But as long as you're tethered to that system, it's never going to happen. It'll bring you down with it. And so you need to be getting self-sufficient as possible. Yourself, your family, the people around you, the community. You need to be building out systems to replace the current systems so that you can exist without it. It's not going to be as great and as easy and perfect, but it can happen. So you need to be getting your houses in order, folks. This is the year, I think, that we really need to be taking it serious. I'm not saying that this is absolutely the year it's all going to come crashing down, although I think we could be seeing a pretty hard fall this year for certain. But it's definitely the year to be taking things seriously. No more talk. It just needs to be action. You need to be getting it ready and becoming as self-sufficient as you can, producing food, having medical, know the training, how to do things on your own. That's what you need to be doing. Folks, get your houses in order. Prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.